Welcome in here to the Truth Serum. Joey the Truth Wagner with you, wishing you and your friends and your family a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Everybody, hope you are enjoying the day of food, family, faith, and football on this Thanksgiving Thursday, 2024. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching the post-game press conferences of all of the NFL games going on here on Thanksgiving. You'll hear from Dan Campbell and Jared Goff and Caleb Williams. In our first game today that's going on from Ford Field between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. For the first time in years for the Lions, the Thanksgiving Day game that has been a tradition forever is a celebration. It'll be a party and a holiday celebration inside of that dome, a celebration of the Detroit Lions not just being good and not just being really, really good this year, but arguably being the front runner for the NFC to represent that conference in this year's Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions having a season this year, having as much success as they have had since 1934, this 9-game win streak that they're currently rolling along with, longest since 1934. So Ford Field will be a party today. And thank you for listening to Dan Campbell, Jared Goff at the podium. On the Bears side, Caleb Williams, the rookie, this year's #1 overall pick. Can he get the Bears back in their winning ways? As the last month plus has been very heartbreaking for Chicago. Some very heartbreaking losses. The Hail Mary game to Washington, the blocked field goal against Green Bay, and then the comeback that wasn't finished against the Minnesota Vikings, losing that one in overtime. So Caleb playing better, but will it translate to the Bears winning? That's the question. The middle game of our Thanksgiving triple header here for the NFL is one you might want to sleep through. It'll be hard to, though, as the sun will be beaming in through the glass windows of Jerry World and blinding everybody to where they can't see. And it's hard to take a nap with the sun shining in your eyes. But I think with this football game, I think we'd rather see the sun in our eyes than have to watch the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys take the field. Cooper Rush at quarterback for Dallas. We'll have his reaction. We'll have the reaction of head coach Mike McCarthy as they take on what is left of the New York Giants. Daniel Jones, he was cut, released, signed by the Minnesota Vikings to their practice squad this week. Tommy DeVito is out with a forearm injury, so it'll be Drew Lock getting the start at quarterback for New York. Drew Lock against Cooper Rush. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Then we'll also make sure that we have reaction to the late game. In Green Bay, Lambeau Field, Tua Tagovailoa, Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins, trying to get back into the AFC wildcard hunt, traveling to Green Bay. A cold Green Bay tonight, under the lights, in primetime. We'll get you post-game reaction from that as well. But everybody, thank you so much for watching the post-game press conferences here on Thanksgiving. Also the patented, the classic turkey leg interview as well. But everybody, thank you so much for watching here in the Truth Serum, the post-game press conferences for Thanksgiving. We will see you tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Big weekend of football here in the Truth Serum, everybody. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Good night. God bless.